how that nade's done no damage. It's landed at his feet. Clearly just landed in the slight cubby behind him, and knowing CS, it just somehow does no damage. No one will ever begin to know little moments like that. Idis balance, AWP in hand. He's been such a key piece here for Amkal. Spade 8, oh, split on the corner. Great find. Okay, the MP9 could get more if it chooses, but runs out. You can retrieve the rifle now. Molly towards main. Worried about a flank. Oh, I love this from Travis. He's just going to get the bomb and head his way towards B. This is so cheeky. JW so scared to push through this smoke. Heap has kind of put 2 and 2 together here now, though. Travis going to be planting. Will he expect Heap so close? Well, if Travis turns, well, certainly doesn't. Why would he? Why would he be ever worried about canals that early on? So eyeballers, they will deny 7 to be secured from Amkal. Finally, they put another round on the board. It's been quite some time. Obviously, 4-0 up, 6-4 down, but they do find that 5th. So important, that 5th. Again, we've got Idis balance on the orb. The finances are so strong for Amkal. Idis balance is going to be going for a peek here. Ooh, Maxter, lucky to be alive, got to say. Smoke landing. Idis balance. Still going searching here. Triple B setup. JW is on the big green and now rotating to A. A bunkered down bomb site approach from eyeballers. Could work out. Could go very wrong. Guess that's something we'll figure out in the next minute and 15 seconds, as that is how much time we have remaining. Flash. An A main smoke, surely. Can you throw smokes through that little balcony thing? The awning? I guess so. Util's raining down now. Kalash, he's got a Molotov and a flashbang as well. Kalash has got to make so much noise on this A bomb side before he even... the idea of a rotation comes through. He's got to get a kill. That's the biggest issue. And this smoke actually hurts him more than it helps. Molly landing. Dex, he's got a flash in hand. We'll send it now. Blinding plenty. Rolf can find. Native the smoke. Kalash will get one. Stinix as well. Idis balance posted up on the orb. Stinix can take down Maxter. It's a 1 versus 2 now for JW. Yes, he finds the pick onto Kalash, but his teammates on the bomb site falling. And now we're just going to be... utility here. Smoke landing on the bomb. Oh, in fact, JW, he mismanages that smoke massively. Does have a molly and an HE grenade, so worried about the smoke he's just thrown. He's going to have to nade it. His utility from JW has been so poor. And molly's not even going to reach. Idis balance can just peek and win the round. 7 found from Amkal. JW. Not how I expected a JW 1v2 to go, but Amkal, they do win the half, and when you take into account that they were 4-0 down, the fact they win 7 out of the remaining 8 rounds, very impressive. This round here was where the game completely changed, where JW has a double kill in his sights, and his teammates just peeking for no reason, giving Idis balance a double, and the ability to back away. It was just crazy. It should never have happened. Still though, eyeballers, they do get 5, and 5 on the CT side is usually enough. It is going to be this fast play through A. Molly here towards heaven, or bricks in fact, smoke in heaven. A retake towards the A bomb site to be seen from Amkal. No casualties until the bomb has been planted. Holding the flank is Dex. JW's already so deep.
Nice,
JW's got to find the
nice.
kill, but Travis and Kalash, they do combine, and now Maxter is very alone.
Nice,
Kills are
that's
being
perfect.
seen. It's Maxter in a 1v5. What a retake from Amkal. 8 now on the board.
Nice, nice, nice.
Absolutely brilliant. And with Kalash getting
Опять же
the
надо
double
просто
kill and the
закрыли.
defuse, he's going to have so much money to work with in this next round. Obviously, he can get out an M4 armor, a lot of utility as well. Was one of the players who didn't invest, so actually, it's quite important that he was the one to get those kills and defuse, because he's the player who needs to rebuy when it comes to armor. So, Amkal, 8-5, expecting a force here from Eyeballers with the bomb plant, but the lack of kills, it's not as though there's Galils, it's not as though there might be an AK, there just isn't the money for it. So we've got 2 Deagles on Heap and Maxter, they're the util players. Rolf has a little bit more money than the rest. Early nade towards stairs, Molly as well, Maxter burning. This is such an important round for Eyeballers. If they actually lose this, it's going to be a 10-5 scoreline, which is just so scary, and the setup is brilliant. Heap has spotted one, Travis blinded, but not found. JW and Dex, the Mac 10's in middle. Travis now aggressing. What about timing? He will back away, in fact. Okay, Travis. I thought Travis was in a really good position, but he backs away out of fear of an impending crunch. Strong setup here towards middle and A from Amkal. JW's Mac 10. Idis Balance spotting. Molly coming through. Idis Balance is going to drop the smoke, and Spade now defending mid alone. Flashbang comes over. Rolf will find Kalash.
Yes.
And now the acceleration onto the bomb site. The flashes are good, but the rifle's not connecting. Travis on the back of the bomb site. The Molly going to be coming his way, but it's Heaps the Eagle connecting.
Oh, yeah.
And now Stinix, he's still sat behind this smoke, needing to deal with JW. It's a 3 versus 4 now. Caught off guard. Idis Balance could have found Rolf, but not connecting with the FAMAS. The rifles have really missed their mark here, and JW, oh, Spadic will get one. JW needs this kill in middle. JW's low, Idis Balance swinging, Idis Balance finding the flying Mac 10 of Rolf now finds, and it's 12 HP combined on these remaining 2. I don't really know what you do, Spadic. Surely to fall to the Mac 10 of Rolf. And the round found by Eyeballers. So much money made from the SMG kill seen there from Rolf. And the problem is for Amkal, is they go for a really aggressive setup in canals. If they keep that setup, they probably win the round. It's the fact they back away, and in doing so, it just gets so complicated. All they need to do is keep that canals control. Travis can get the players kind of maneuvering down from carpet. We could have had one still in canal in water, dealing with any aggression from stairs. The rifle on the A bomb site could have been ready to swing from A main. Amkal's aggressive kind of lean and tendencies could have been what really helped them in that round, but they just got a little bit nervous, a little bit scared with playing so deep. Obviously, worried about getting crunched in on, and in doing so, they give up all this positive space, and they use a vast majority of util to take that space initially. What was the point of it? But Eyeballers with that force buy victory, not only are finances looking good for them, they can bounce back pretty quickly here on the T side. Amkal still in the lead, but with this force being seen, they lose this next round. We'll see this 8-8 scoreline. Kalash's Deagle spots the shoulder of 2, needs to be worried about the aggression from Dex in camera. Kill found from Dex, JW chiming in as well. Travis's MP9 can get 1. This is where these players are just going to have to save. There's no need in throwing your way through camera into this round. It's lost already. Keep the weapons in the next. Give yourself the best chance in round number, I want to say 16. To 7 though. Really, really important comeback from Eyeballers. Obviously, Eyeballers are trailing in the series already in a ridiculous way. They lost us 13-0 if you're only just tuning in now. But Eyeballers, things are looking up. Should be this 8-8, unless if they face off against the Pistols and saved SMG so poorly. JW is going to be dropping, maybe not dropping down. Okay, JW, what do you have to offer in middle? Great find from Maxter, though. Important kill here. Kalash could look to sit in that smoke and maybe deny the plant, but not going for it now. Flashbang coming through. Spade caught a little bit off guard. The Eagle connecting. Heap finds Kalash, though. Stinix, just the one before falling. There is this position from Idis Balance. JW's holding. Timing looks good for Idis Balance. He's crossed back. SMG fighting middle. Really awkward for both. JW spamming. Idis Balance falling. And Svede, just the USP remains. Eight to 8. Eyeballers. Leveled up the game. They're on the favoured side. They've got a real chance. Got a real possibility to find success here in map number 2. Obviously, map 1 was the selection of Amkal, so a lot of people will be saying, oh, okay, well, they won their map picks. So that doesn't really matter. That's kind of how it's meant to go, right? But no, it's a 13-0. Eyeballers showed absolutely no threat whatsoever on Dust. As I mentioned, it was sort of a low performance for the majority of the Eyeballers players. But looking at the individuals now, we're seeing a lot of success from players like Rolf. Keeps having moments, but you look at the kills, you compare the kills, and you're questioning, how's this a tied-up game? Nearly every single player on Amkal, when compared to kind of number one on Amkal, number 1 on Eyeballers, nearly every single player has more kills. But leveled up game just goes to show that a lot of Amkal's victories have come quite dominantly, yet for Eyeballers, some of their rounds have been quite close. Early utility here towards A. Aids in middle. Maxter's low. Dex aggressing. Kalash with the only defuse kit. Pushing into the Molotov. Dinked is Spade 8, but AK Dink doing 38 damage is not what you'd expect. Maybe it was JW's MP9. That would make a lot more sense. Aggression now towards A. It's going to be a crunch through camera. Great find from Spade 8. Idis Balance is, in fact, the one to get that kill. Simple stuff here for the 2 A main defenders, and I believe that's the bomb drop. Travis finds JW. Travis does a lot of damage to Rolf, and Heap's still sat behind this smoke.
Nice.
Steps going to be heard from the players in Canals.
Let's
Kalash confined, and it's Rolf in a 1 versus 4 gone 1v3. So Amkal look to take the lead once again here. Look, Rolf, the expectations from this round are just a loss. There's no need to throw this equipment away. You've got an AK, you've got Kevlar and a helmet, you've got a smoke grenade. You're not really going to win this one. Obviously, taking another weapon away could be the goal, could be the game plan, but in doing so, you run the risk of losing that equipment yourself. And with it being the lack of a loss bonus, Rolf would be throwing away about 4K's worth of weaponry for the benefit of 1.4. So I think we all know he's just going to save. It's going to be an investment from Eyeballers anyway. So keep the AK around, keep it in play, give yourself a good go in the next. Money's still pretty decent for Eyeballers as well, so I don't know why they would ever look to throw this equipment away. But Amkal, they take the lead again. 4 rounds away now at Amkal from taking this series, which obviously for Eyeballers puts them 0-1 in the Swiss stage. For Amkal, obviously 1-0. Still early door, still the round 1 matches here in the Proving Ground Season 2. For Amkal. Gave the idea that a 2-0 was possible, but not for Amkal, it was for Eyeballers. Just because of their potency on Dust 2 in the past. They got a 75% win rate on the map, but now, not only is it lessened to 60, but there's a 13-0 loss in there. Oh, Heap, great information. No fine onto Idis Balance, but great damage. I like it from Heap. Nade landing to the left-hand side there. Stinix timing a little bit off with the HE. So much utility remaining here for Eyeballers is going to make things a little bit tough for Amkal because there's quite limited time, and Amkal might assume every bit of utility sent from Eyeballers is, you know, the real deal. They've got this util to throw this fake and maybe cause some rotations. Travis, the main man with utility here for Amkal, and they're going for a gambled approach towards the B-bomb site. This could be perfect for Amkal. They don't want to thin out the herd. They don't want to thin out the defenses, realizing it's going to be so tough. What a call from Amkal. They've got the gamble. They've got the correct position. The mollies are going to be landing. Dex is pushing through. Stinix can get one. Roll finding Spade 8, though. Stinix knowing that he's very much trapped. Another flashbang thrown. Stinix found. Aware of eye disbalance as well. Travis gets one. Needing to double down. The molly at his feet.
Пиздец, у нас хп осталось, блядь, ёб твою мать.
Amkal, a great gamble, but the issue is Stinix, he is just trapped towards that pillar. Honestly, he just needs to hold B main. Obviously, he wants to take that part on the player in con, but there's no need. Look, it's safe from that angle. Yes, you might be worried about Molotov, but it might be coming your way soon. But the only way it can land at your feet is if you're exposed, or if Eyeballers fall so far back deeper into B main. It's quite actually a safe position because he's got three teammates on the bomb site that can help him out, that can look for a trade. There's no way that Stinix can fall without someone being out in the open. Amkal and Stinix personally making a bit of a risk, making a bit of an unnecessary play. Stinix as well, over-investing in this round. If he opts to sell the Kevlar and head armor and that MP9, there'll be an AWP in play for eye disbalance in the next, and I'm sure that's what this tactical pause has been called for. Obviously, it is from Eyeballers, but Amkal can have full effect of it. And this is what eye disbalance is probably pleading and hoping that Stinix will sell this MP9, because yes, okay, you want to deal some financial damage to your opponents, but get eye disbalance on the AWP. He's 18 and 8. I assume most of those kills will come from the big green. No sale of said MP9. Eyeballers, they will get themselves their 9th round, obviously, as a result of the last. An important clutch, though, for Maxter. Amkal. A hedged bets investment from players like Stinix and Iberdis balance. It gives them an opportunity and an option to find some frags and maybe have some success, but in the same way, bit of an over-investment from both. Iberdis balance holding middle, rest of the team gambling B, and obviously, as we can see from the minimap, it is going to be this A play from Eyeballers. Great call, double digits secured for them. The contingency that they don't fall so flat in this round and somehow fumble when going into an open A bomb site with 4.
Они на А хотят. Да, не угадали, короче.
This balance still holding towards middle. Could find Dex here. All going to be about timing, though. Dex can just hold for these late pushes. Information gathered on the lone Dex, and eye disbalance might look for this one. Great shot from Dex there, Stinix. Or Travis, in fact, with that MP9 confined. Travis needs to stay alive here because not only is it an AK and Kevlar for him to keep, but he can drop an AWP to eye disbalance. That is the key thing here for Amkal. They need to get the AWP in play for eye disbalance. He's lighting up the server. He's having big moments throughout. So you're going to want him on his operative weapon the second you can. It is that 10th found from Eyeballers. They are 3 rounds away from taking the map and pushing to Mirage, the final battleground between these two teams. Obviously, Mirage, a very strong map for Amkal as well. Eyeballers, it's one of their most played, but is also their second worst. Obviously, if you take out Nuke. Amkal being the team that decided to ban Nuke, where both teams' insta-bans were Nuke, and somehow it seems like they still won the vetoes. I'm interested as to why Inferno hasn't featured, why maybe Train hasn't featured in this vetoes. Look, I don't mind a bit of the CS Classics. And speaking of CS Classics, technical issues are in full effect. Not sure as to what side or to what player, but get some replays rolling through while we wait. Eyeballers, this round here helped them massively. was that round that pushed them to that 6-5. Obviously, still lost the half 7-5, but still been a little bit more scary. It could be currently an 11-8 scoreline, obviously. Right now, Eyeballers, it's a must-win map to push to that third and final. For Amkal, yes, they're trailing, but they've got the AWP in play. They've got the full buy in full effect. Yes, there's some slight limitation on Kalash. He's got an MP9, which is quite interesting. I'm guessing it would have been saved from the last round because there's no way he's buying an MP9 when he's got 1900 spare. That's an M4 in total. That's 3100 that he could be playing for. Kalash, he's showcasing the figures there. Love that in the tech issue. Have some fun. Big props to Kalash. Now hiding his face. Maybe he's got a shy for the camera. Obviously, he doesn't realize he's on stream, but either way. For Amkal, this map means 1-0. Obviously, for Eyeballers, it is survival. Unsure as to the reasoning for this technical issue. Hopefully, all is sorted soon. But I'm not hearing much typing. I say that. There's been some typing, so maybe we're going to be going back into the action shortly. Travis has had a decent game. Kalash as well. Fair bit of impact. Obviously, the one to note here for Amkal being the stand-in / sub of Idis Balance. So, yeah, something certainly to note. Idis Balance, we don't know whether this is a confirmed fifth, whether this is just a stand-in basis, maybe a trial, who knows. But obviously, we do know is Idis Balance, these types of performances, if you can take this as a 2-0, I'm sure that the onlookers at home will be speaking highly of him and maybe can make a positive roster move. Obviously, for the likes of Idis Balance, he's featured in some top-tier rosters, let's be honest. He obviously had that time under the leadership of Seized back on 9 Pandas. Obviously, was kind of dropped from that roster. Obviously, was on the Amiga K23. Had a couple of years on Spirit as well, back in 2019. So he's had some good leaders. He's had some helpful individuals as these kind of teachers. Obviously, players like Chopper, like Mir, like Magix, of coaxing him to a strong career, I guess. Sunday Young as well. Obviously, would have been, well, at least I believe, would have been in-game leading that team. 100% sure. The amount of free agents that are currently kind of can be snapped up, it is ridiculous right now. The amount of talent that we have in this tier 2 scene is a joy to see. It just means that games like this for stand-ins, moments where you can kind of really see the level of success is astounding. There's just so many players, not only in the tier 2 scene, but kind of towards that tier 1 position that are these free agents. Obviously, Simple being probably the most notable free agent, I guess. Look, JW has disconnected. We're unsure as to the reason. I think it's just high ping, it's connectivity issues. So what I think we're going to do, I'll save you guys some time and some waffle. What we'll do is we'll jump to a short break, and we'll be back very shortly for the kind of final 6 rounds here and see where it goes. But as said, we are going to be jumping to a break, so don't go too far. I'm a tick, though. We are going to be heading into the action in round number 20. Seemingly, we are underway here. Needed the smoke now from Dex. Looking to aggress here in middle. We do have the AWP on IDIS balance. Very quick here. Dex, if he just had his gun out, that's a guaranteed kill. Svede tucked away towards the right-hand side. Svede could look to aggress it. Oh, this is all going to be about timing. Oh, it is perfect for Svede. Opening kill going the way of Amkal. Here now for Stinix. This was a position that Stinix was trapped in a couple rounds ago. I don't know why he's gravitating towards Pillar once again. JW.
Nice play,
Travis. JW
Scott.
looping as well. Stinix, will the gun barrel have been spotted? Well, I doubt it. Molly landing in E-box. 5-on-3. This is so tough for eyeballers. Money's still pretty decent on players like Heap, like JW, like Maxter. For Dex and Rolf, weapons will need to be dropped across. Utility coming over now.
Бля, у тебя выходит сайт, алло, блядь. Есть наушники у тебя, блядь.
This is exactly what I said that Stinix needed to do a couple rounds ago. To stay towards Pillar. You've got players ready to trade. JW 1 versus 3. Can he get it done though?
Бля, он будет еще бомбу ставить.
Bomb to go down. There's going to be a fast flank from Kalash. MP9 in hand. JW. Oh, timing couldn't be worse. So Amkal levered it up. 10 apiece now. Eyeballers. Longer in the lead. It's a tied up game. Could go absolutely any way now. Overtime a possibility. Eyeballers could find victory. Same for Amkal. Money's going to be broken here for Eyeballers. They're going to have to full invest. The only player with anything substantial is Heat with 2.2. So the winner of this round, it should kind of be a bit of 2-for-1, depending on whether Amkal look to save. Obviously, if Amkal, let's say they lose the A bomb site instantly and they save 3 players, they will be able to buy. So Eyeballers, they kind of need to win this round. If they lose it, they give up 12, and that's where things get a little bit too tetchy, a little bit too scary. 4 rounds remaining. Obviously 3 to find victory. Maxter lining up the flashbang. Be sending towards a great utility here. Dex sent in. A little bit of damage dealt from Dex. Balance on the AWP. Trapped towards Pillar. There might be a molly landing at his feet quite shortly. But we'll back away now. IDIS balance the right call. There's no need for him to continue fighting here towards A main. Just play from heaven. Kalash and IDIS balance as the A-bomb site defenders. I think that is a disgusting duo that not many would be able to face off against. Stinix here, loving playing kind of more of an advanced angle, looking to take these fights. I'm worried about a push from Maxter, and flashbang comes through. Stinix clearing now, realizing the molly will keep Maxter back, but look, this kill still comes through. How many times have we seen players die with util in hand? It's just far too often. Travis backing away. Seeing a bit of a maneuver from Svede as he's looking to clear towards middle. Still going to be this play towards B. A lot of utility heading towards the A-bomb side. Travis now going to be calling, look guys, it's a fake, it's a ruse, there's no need. Over-rotated. And this is where, are we even going to see the retake? Needed the smoke. I still don't know why players are doing this kind of jump, right-click, nade throw. Because it just indicates exactly where you are.
Даже не будет сейва,
can be heard, but less obvious. Travis alone in a 1 versus 4, just looking to save.
Все проебал.
They now can get themselves 11. Travis, whether he's going to get hunted is the question. Eyeballers actually should really just look to focus on their finances. There is no need for them to hunt here. There's no value. Keep your money strong, because you don't want to be in a scenario where Amkal win 1, you're either onto a force or you eco and they find double digits. That's the really, or double digits map and series points. So attack pause called from Amkal, their final of the map, unless if we head to overtime where they are granted another. The investment seen. Travis can drop. Oh, in fact, they go for the half buy. Honestly, I don't mind this from Amkal. Kind of a hedged bets approach. They can all buy in the next. They can have enough weaponry to win this one. I think it's a great decision. I really do. Travis, Midas Balance was dropped the MP9 and he's just said, look, mate, you can buy me an AWP in the next. That is all I care about is the weapon round. I just need the big green in hand. Let me shine. Let me do what I do best. Travis has sold said MP9. We will still see one in play, obviously invested by Midas Balance. You can obviously drop over a rifle to Travis in the next. Still possibilities here, though. There's 4 players with armor. There's 3 MP9s. There's an AK. Look, it's a winnable buy. And the idea of this is they've got kind of 2 chances. Even if they lose the round, they can still full buy and win in number 23. But a loss here guarantees Eyeballers a spot in overtime at worst. JW posting in middle. Kalash, the lone defender towards this whole half of the map. It's a quad B setup. Kalash kind of has to find 2 here if they want any chance of the round, but not the easiest. He's finding so clinical there. It is just going to be the save from Travis, and maybe you'll have to hunt here a bit.
Ёб твою мать. Я лучше играю, чем нахуй.
We saw the gamble here from Amkal not pan out. We saw the over rotation in the last not go with them. I think Eyeballers have realized, look, Amkal, a lot of these rounds that they've won have come from gamble calls and risky plays. And obviously we saw that round where they fully gambled towards B. They still lost in that 4 versus 4. So Amkal, although they have brought things closer, Eyeballers are in a great position now as they are going to be the first to find 12. MP9's looking to hunt, Spade 8 needing to find. He will get the first. Okay. A lot of weaponry could be taken away here. Obviously, the bomb radius on Anubis is laughable. JW will sit very close to the actual bomb. Spade 8 needing to find another will fall. Travis can drop the AWP across and get full utility. Eyeballers now with 2 opportunities to close out this second map and push for a third in Mirage. Obviously, Mirage is a much more formidable map for Amkal, so although they had the opportunity to take this series 2-0, and they still do, they've got to take it to overtime first. I still back Amkal. I feel like Amkal certainly can do it. At least Eyeballers have shown real success here on Anubis. It hasn't been a 13-0 embarrassment. But it looks as though they're going for a simple B play, and this could be their undoing. They're not gone quiet about this. They've shown all their cards. They've lost all this control. Obviously, Amkal haven't taken full effect of this lack of space from Eyeballers, but that's something that Eyeballers won't realise. So they're going to have to systematically clear. A lot of utilities going to be needed to be used from the Swedes if they want to reclaim this lost space. Flashbang into E-Box, fully blinding Stinix, but nothing seen. Flash into middle here, Max the clearing, not spotting anything. Idis balances all. He's been a little quiet in the last couple rounds, but this is the moment where he might shine bright.
Sniper.
Again, though, it's this kind of utility usage from Eyeballers that is drawn Amkal away from every intention here. They did it in the last round where they threw some util towards A, and it was this B play where Travis was deep towards CT completely alone. Smoke landing towards Temple. Just limited utility here, but Stinix will get one. Conveying to his team, look, there's plenty on the B bomb site. It's got to be a B play. No ruse here. Max has got himself into a good position. No utility remaining for Eyeballers makes things tough. JW can find Spade 8.
Пизда, проебали, что ли?
4 versus 4. Maxter retrieves the bomb. Now can plant. 2 flashes in play for Amkal.
Пиздец, сложно это выиграть.
Kalash finally maneuvering into the action here. And Kalash will get JW, and that's why Maxter, he's so worried now.
Ну, блядь, ты тупой, блядь!
Eventually Travis finding Dex. Gets the double. Kalash finding, and it's all on Rolf. 1 versus 1 from a 1v2 scenario. Kalash creeping wider. Rolf now realizing he's not on the bomb. Swing will be seen, and Kalash can find it. Wins the clutch, can save the all.
Красавчик казах, блядь.
Find 11.
Ох, блядь.
They've got the money to invest perfectly. No issues there. The finances now actually in a bit of a precarious spot for Amkal. I doubt they're too worried. Midas Balance can drop over an M4 to Spade 8. That's got to be the game plan. He's got his primary weapon.
Да, нормальных девайсов даже нет, ёпта.
I don't know why Stinix
Бля, пожалуйста, добрый.
He could have been dropped it by Kalash, and we could have seen another defuse kit in play. Like, I know it's so minute, it's so small, the factor there, but it's the last round. However minute, I don't know why you would kind of keep finances for Kalash. He could have dropped another flashbang as well. Stinix could have dropped utility too. That'll matter, but even still, early mid take here from Eyeballers is going to be an A split. And it's this combination of Kalash and I disbalance, the two top performers here for Amkal, defending on two fronts. Kalash holding towards A main. We've got the Molly and camera from Svade in Temple. Svade rotating. We've got this double E-box setup. I love the double E-box setup. Kalash,
бля, ой, ебать, Калаш, блядь. Ну, вот это зря.
And that is the bomb, so they will realize that this kind of crunch on the A bomb site could be coming shortly, and that's why we're seeing a rotation here. I disbalance on the orb. Utility sent through.
Да, ёпта, иди нахуй.
Rolf connecting. Svade now, the lone defender towards A. JW
Ой, всё, блядь, заебал.
looking to be this flank. Spots and finds. JW, great shot there. It's all on Stinix. A 1 versus 4 for Stinix. Eyeballers. The AI winner prediction says 100%. They're giving no chance for Stinix. And I think we know why. He's in a 1v4. He will get the first. So much utility still in play. There's another molly and a nade that can land, and it will come through now. The util alone. Stinix to 18 HP. Eyeballers, they will find 13.
13-0 проебали, уёбки еще выиграли на второй карте. Тогда. Бля, мне похуй сейчас, охуенно залил, короче, без... Бля, сейчас, сука, сейчас. Так. Так, давно выведет меня прясно. Быстрее. Быстро. Быстро, быстро. Вещь, блядь. Наконец-то, блядь. Сколько? Так, 16, 16, 24. Похоже, 16. Да прям надпись. Бля, сейчас он начнется уже. Блядь, быстрее, братан. Быстрее, братан. Подожди.
Going to be heading back into the action in a matter of moments. Obviously, we're going to be heading to Mirage. It is going to be the decider to determine which team, whether it's Amkal or Eyeballers, to progress to that 1-0 spot, and which team is going to fall by the wayside and go 0-1 in the Swiss stage. Obviously, it's early doors here in the Proving Grounds. It's not as though it's the end of the world getting a loss here, but obviously for both teams, they've got something to prove. They've got something to show. A very dominant map 1 victory for Amkal. If you're only just tuning in now, a 13-0 victory. Obviously, for Eyeballers, they just get it over the line, winning 13-11 in the second that is Anubis. And obviously, here we are going to be heading to Mirage. So much excitement. Obviously, Eyeballers, it isn't their best map. It isn't their kind of #1 favorite yet for Amkal. It's a map that has been so strong for them in the last couple months. So I'd be very worried now if I was Eyeballers. Obviously, a much better performance on map 2 than we saw on the third. But so we do have to say, when it came to the ratings, when it came to kind of the individual performances, you're looking at the kills, you're looking at kind of all the stats of that second map, and you're questioning, look, how did it not go the way of Amkal? The kills, the kind of the clutches, the opening doors, it seemed as though things all should have fallen into place, but it just didn't happen for them today. Obviously, though, Eyeballers, they've somehow come back after that 13-0 loss on Dust. They pushed themselves to this third and final. And with it being Mirage and with it being a map that I feel like both teams certainly have the opportunity to win, there is just so much excitement to be seen. Obviously, though, I feel like Amkal being the slight favourites here. Obviously, it was a good performance on Anubis, a map that they've been historically very poor at. There was many moments where you kind of question whether Amkal were actually going to take it. But Eyeballers, they were playing chase for quite a bit of that game. You know, when it was that 6-4 scoreline, it seemed like Amkal were always in control. It looked as though they were always going to claim it. But then Eyeballers, they just have that stint towards the end. Obviously, though, we got a bit of time on our hands before the commencement of that third and final. So what we could do is we bring up the Swiss stage standings, have a little bit of a look of how the how it's gone so far. Obviously, there is already being, what, 6 teams, or 5 teams, in fact. No, 7 teams. I'm absolutely lost for words. 7 teams that have made it through to that 1-0 spot, being NovaQ, AAB, Wildcard Academy, Marius, Fireflux, TPUD, Rosie. But the final will be decided here. And a knife round to be seen on screen. Pete gets the first. Should be an interesting finish. Travis, well, you will find it. So Amkal can choose. They are the ones to select whether they want to start on that CT side or to end on the easier side. Obviously, both teams, they do prefer that CT side. As expected, it is Mirage, a map that has maneuvered to a much more CT favoring ever since the move to CS2. I feel like it was a map that was fairly even. Sometimes you could even argue maybe the Ts were looking as though it was the preferential map and the preferential siding. And I've kind of coined a reason as to why. I've mentioned it in plenty of broadcasts recently whenever Mirage is being played. It's going to be because of the need of the smokes. Obviously, back in CSGO, you just have those wall of smokes, one towards CT, one towards stairs, one towards jungle on that A bomb site, and it becomes so difficult for the CTs to time their spams. Yet now with just the nades of the smokes, it means that, yeah, you can find yourself a 2-3 second gap with perfect vision and can find those Ts aggressing out of ramp, maneuvering out of Palace. So I think that's why the map has slowly slipped a little bit more CT favored. But here we have it. Amkal are going to choose to start on that CT side. Big map, though. Victor goes 1-0 in the Swiss stage. Obviously, the loser, as mentioned before, will fall to that 0-1 spot. This map will be the conclusion of the round 1 matches. Just jump spotting here is Travis. Molly in hand, in fact, and Kalash with a nade. I don't mind this. I know the idea that if it is going to be this fast play, it's an A fake, but Travis is still jump spotting, which I really like. Spotted out 2. We'll send the Molotov now. The nade to come through from Kalash. Jumping out of apartments. He finds 2 on the A bomb site, though. The bomb has dropped towards B, so we will see a rotation from Idis Balance shortly. Kalash is in a 1 versus 2 on the bomb side, though. He needs to find these picks. He needs to connect the bullets. Struggling here is Kalash, but he doubles. Okay, gets the double kill. And although we see the success from Heap and Dex on the A bomb side, it's still a 2 versus 2. It's still a possible round. Dex can find Idis Balance, though. Kalash, he needs the ace to win this one. He does have the bomb, which obviously is going to be a bit of a helping hand, but Heap and Dex can just play shoulder to shoulder. This is going to be really tough now for Kalash, especially with him being 34 points of health. Trying to isolate these fights. Low HP Kalash eventually found. And Eyeballers will take the pistol. Look, he gets that double kill on A, and you think, okay, well, the round's probably done, especially after they find Travis. But Kalash, that triple kill, really unsettles things. Important pistol, though. Obviously, Eyeballers, they put themselves in a good spot. We're going to see the force, in fact, from Amkal. Okay, risky business, but that's their decision. 4 Mac 10s in play. Oh, Eyeballers read into this perfectly. They're going to hit with a level of pace that maybe Amkal aren't prepared for. And the idea of this many Mac 10s is because they think it's going to be this force, so they can have 2 rounds of SMGs against unhead armored players. Utility here looking pretty good. Kill found here from the FAMAS of Kalash. MP9 connecting as well. Excellent stuff. Man advantage, in fact. Heap has taken so much space here, progressing through apartments. We will see the kill go the way of the MP9. Stinix found here by Dex in ladder. Has been taken down again by Kalash. The FAMAS is looking really good, and it's JW all that remains. He does have the bomb on his back. The MP9 could find. All about timing, and we will see Amkal find it. Amkal, force by works out very nicely, and honestly, it started off pretty decently for Eyeballers, but then Kalash just coming through and finding 2. It is the reinvestment now from Eyeballers. 3 Deagles, a Tech 9, and a Mac 10. 2 smokes. All they have. JW as the lurk. Got a teammate actually alongside him. in Maxter. Rolf, in fact. Booster into window. JW looking to slip the net, being held by Spade 8. Has he spotted him? Well, he seems aware, and he's definitely going to be holding. No need to help out the air defenders. There's not been any contact yet. This balance just jump spotting. Util in hand. Oh, has he seen? Well, he certainly has now. So now Stinix under pressure. Completely alone. JW will get one. Dex finds with the dig. Okay, things get a little bit awkward, a little bit scary here. Retrieved MP9 for JW as well. Idis balance, simple frag. Can back away. Quick as Rolf. Rifle retrieved now from Rolf. Looking to peek into CT. That's a big risk. He doesn't need to take that risk. Kalash is here. Kalash has had a really good game. There is a flank coming through as well. Kalash will get one. Traded out, and information that these final players are here. At range here is the MP9. Maxter now in the 1 versus 1. But I like the idea there from Travis. Just stick the bomb. Maybe try and force Maxter to assume that you're not on there. And you might not even jiggle, might not even peek. But we do see an important round there from the Tech 9s and the Deagles. Because, honestly, it seems a little bit outmatched. They should have been taken down there. I think moments like that, we are having to say that the Tech 9s should have been taken down, should have been found, but no, Eyeballers surprise on this T side. Flash, he's had a good game, 190 ADR in these first 3 rounds. Surely a stat line that he can't keep up, but Kalash, we know for his success on this map, you can just see from the previous teams, the previous games that he's played, Mirage is such a strong point for him. And this is where Amkal are really hard pressed on what to do, because they should force with Stinix and Kalash struggling to buy in the next, but then Spade 8 can fully invest. Idis Balance can get a decent buy. It's kind of just a tough one, whether you want to go for the force or not, whether you feel confident with kind of Scouts, MP9s, maybe 1 rifle on Spade 8 could drop it over to Kalash, who knows? But we have seen the disconnect from Kalash. We'll be rejoining shortly. At least you'd assume so. But Eyeballers, they take the lead on their unfavored side. A 10% win rate difference to their CT to T side. Obviously, you look at some of the victories that both these teams have found recently. Have been to similar opponents. Teams like Ruby, teams like Novak. Obviously, the statistics slightly favoring Amkal. Ever slightly. Not dominant. Just because sample size for Eyeballers is going to be a helping hand. And you've got to imagine as well, some of the losses they faced were before these roster changes. And ever since them, they've had back-to-back victories on Mirage. That's something you've always got to take with a kind of a pinch of salt when it comes to stats. You've got to dig a little bit deeper to see the full picture. Seemingly, these technical issues are continuing, believing on the side of Kalash. Unsure, though. Not 100%. He is the one who's disconnected. So it makes the most sense. Again, from the investment that we've seen, Amkal are going to look to continue this force buy war. As I mentioned, they could have opted for the eco, but the loss bonus just being the 1.9. Okay, yes, Fade 8 would have been able to buy. Idis Balance would have had a decent amount of money, but nothing major. Would have had around 4.6k. So I think this is a bad decision. And I'm questioning now is Travis on what to do for this investment. Wanting to keep some money in the bank for a player like Idis Balance. Obviously, Idis Balance is decent finances himself. 2 kind of stand-ins here for Amkal. Obviously, there's no AW here. There's no Tommy either. The fact that Amkal have kept things so competitive without AW, a player that has been really, really impressive. Obviously, sort of rose to fame, I guess, for the team DMS. We've seen him back on flow state back in 2023. With the reconnection here for Kalash, I think we will be seeing timer ticking shortly. Eyeballers, though, they are going to want to find victory here, extend that lead, maybe get themselves to a 4-1 start. Couple Mac 10s in play for Eyeballers. It is just a full eco. Okay, Amkal. Interesting call, because players like Kalash, like Stinix are really going to struggle. And Travis, in fact, he's got a Deagle, which I really hate, and he's found nothing with it. So I guess my hatred has reason. If he didn't keep that Deagle, if he didn't invest in it, he'd have much more to play with in the next. Eyeballers, though, with it just being an eco, we expect them to find this third. Svedex retrieve that Deagle, but Maxter, okay, he's on a bit of a tear in this round as he found 2. Dealing with these USPs very comfortably. The fact Amkal start this series 13-0 and there's still the possibility that Eyeballers can find the victory here in the series is ridiculous. Itis balance, all that remains, just tucked away here with the P2000. It's a PT50 actually, okay. All full to Rolf. Couple kills found with the Mac 10 there. This is the problem though. You've got 3-4 rifles, but one of which is the FAMAS. There's an MP9 on Stinix. There's no defuse kit either. Look, it's not as bad as it could have been, just because Svade 8, Travis, Itis Balance had a little bit more money in the reserve than expected. But still, let's see if this decided eco where most would force is the best decision. Ollie behind top mid boxes. Kalash has spotted 1. Would much prefer Stinix be the player towards B, just jump spotting, maybe go for a AAA setup, one towards kind of short. It is the MP9 here defending the A-bomb site. Obviously under balcony is Stinix. Maxter sends the molly, and with Rolf sending one as well, indicating there's at least 2 players towards middle. MP9 struggling, JW's nade could find him, and certainly will. Svade and Itis balance find as well in the process. Caught off guard here is Svade, but JW. So much utility sent towards jungle there. Svade going to send the nade of the smoke. The timing looked good, but just, in fact, a little too quick there. Kalash and Travis, oh, they're getting trapped here in Murder Hole. And Dex is called Murder Hole for a reason, but he doesn't find a kill. Yeah, to plant the bomb here at Eyeballers, and this is just giving more time for rotation, more time for weaponry retrieval. JW still kind of systematically jiggling in window, sorry. Elevated angle, Travis favored. JW spotted as well. Spade backing away. Spade. Oh, there's a long flank here from Heap. There's got to be a tap of the bomb here. There's got to be a reason. They've got to force a fight or something. JW gets 1. Still towards jungle is JW, needing to deal to the player on ramp in Heat, but realizing they're not on the bomb. They don't need to fight so heavily. No time. Travis, you might get the kill, but Amkal, the round still will go against them. Eyeballers secure 4 now. With plenty of casualties here, you might think, okay, Amkal, they might double dip, they might reinvest, but JW's on 7k. Same with Maxter, Heap, Rolf, Dex just behind. The investment from Eyeballers will be perfect. You can even see the AWP on JW if he chooses to. 4-1 start here, though, but we are seeing the investment from Amkal. Don't know whether this is the best of decisions. Seems like Amkal going for broke. With the scout on Itis balance. No AWP on JW, actually. I think they're just so under the assumption it's going to be an eco that they're playing with the rifles. Great find from Dex. Itis balance deleted that. The series started off with a 13-0 victory for Amkal. Oh, JW gun barrel spotted. Excellent there. Stinix can get a pick, but surely be a bit isolated now. Although Kalash finds one from short. Dex, oh, Dex has pulled the pin on the Molotov. Kalash gets another. Can't find Dex, though. 2 versus 2, still the low HP Stinix to deal with, and it will be Rolf to try and find him. Slowly making his way back from middle is Dex. Spots out one in window, but that is now the bomb dropping. Shoulder spotted. Great shot from Rolf. Travis now. 1 versus 1. If Travis stays towards jungle, this could be such a surprise for Rolf. Smoke has been retrieved now for Rolf, so he can have that going for him as well. I think he's just going to look to play this for the kill. Needing to clear all of this out. This gives so much time for Travis now. Just got to keep the FAMAS in hand. Needs to accept that Rolf could be absolutely anywhere. Travis's reposition looks good. In con, shoulder spotted, and Rolf finding. Nice clutch there. Eyeballer secure 5. Already 5 rounds on the T side is excellent. And I think a lot of teams would be happy, or at least kind of content with 5 rounds overall in the T side. But still with 6 more to play, Eyeballers, they have come to play. I'm still so stunned at the fact that Eyeballers not only have the chance to win the series, but looking favored now, as it is just a half buy from Amkal. 6 should be secured. Aggression towards ramp going to be seen from Kalash. 5-7 in hand. The problem is, I feel like he just goes one and done. Getting more would be so difficult. JW can back away. Stinix has been found. Kalash falling as well. Great double from Dex. It's on Travis and Svade. Svade. Attention taken by JW. Rolf is flanking. There's still this smoke towards top middle. They're making things awkward, but JW, nice flashbang sent from himself, and Travis, T250, surely to fall. Travis will get 1, but surely all a consolation prize. Maneuvers out of window. Rolf pre-firing. Okay, Travis, show me what you're made of. Heap will eventually take him down. A great performance, though, from everyone here on Eyeballers. The only player a little bit quiet is Maxter. Travis and Kalash having moments, but Stinix, Idis, Balance, Fade, all so slow. Six to 1 scoreline for Eyeballers on their unfavored side. Amkal. What has happened? Idis, Balance on the AWP. Takes down JW. Great find from Stinix. Okay, Amkal, welcome back to the server. It's taking you some time, but Dex denying Stinix. Rolf finding Idis Balance. Svede's taking so much damage as well. He feels the need to swing, and Maxter. Great information onto Kalash. This is where Kalash could find a double. Okay, Maxter and Rolf, they look to fight forward. They deal so much damage, but what a double from Kalash. He can save the AWP as well. After these kills come through, after Svade goes down and they spot him, I don't know why they don't just spam through the wooden wall. They would have had him dead to rights, but wanted to take up that heads-up fight, and Kalash, an excellent double there. Second round now secured for Amkal. The biggest issue that Amkal face is that they favor the CT side massively, even more so than Eyeballers. And the huge issue is Amkal, best case scenario, they tie the half, which is kind of ridiculous. But look, it's a problem of their own doing. They just haven't looked good enough here on this CT side so far. Very limited utility here for Amkal. We've had, what, 40 seconds of play. They've only got 6 pieces remaining. For Eyeballers to lose to the first map 13-0 and have the opportunity to close out the series is ridiculous. Talk about mental resilience. That all comes from a player like JW. He would have been in these scenarios 100 times before. But you feel like you're down and out, down for the count, and have no way back into a series. Travis, found by Rolf. Rolf's been so key here for Eyeballers and Mirage so far. Eyeballers They have every avenue here. They've taken control of middle. They've got players in apartments. They can go absolutely anywhere, but it's going to be the A-bomb site. There's limited time. There's 20 seconds. Oh, Sveda is spotted JW, and it's a false truth. It's a false narrative. He thinks it's going to be this play through B because JW's in ladder. Idis Balance will get one, but he's all alone. He's in a 1 versus 4. Eyeball is to secure 7 now. Again, the AI prediction. There's a lot of time here. Idis Balance. If there was a player to win a 1v4, it would be him, but he's been counted out. JW sticking with the rifle here. I love this. Look, he's not had the best of games with the AWP. He's not been that kind of prolific JW that I think everyone has come to know and love. He's got 15 kills across the 2 maps. It's been very poor from JW, so he realized, look, I'm just going to go on AK. I'll entry. If I get traded, I get traded. And Amkal now calling for their first tactical pause of the map. Better late than never, but still, you're trailing by 5. You're on your preferred map. And when I say preferred, I'm not saying it's their pick, but statistically one of their best. 2/3 of the time they play it, they win it. In comparison to Eyeballer's 36% win rate. Amkal. Clearly not the polished product that many would have thought after Dust 2, but obviously, Amkal are playing with 2 stand-ins. Travis and Idis Balance. Unconfirmed on HLTV. Kalash tapping through in the hopes of connecting a straight eagle bullet. JW is so fast up short. Aggressive tendencies and aggressive nature of JW is literally him in a nutshell. Utility landing, so much damage. Oh, hello, bit of damage to Maxter there. 8-2. Insane. Travis now in the 1v4. And Amkal, it's slowly slipping out of their grasp. An attempt to save this AK now for Travis. He's going to drop the smoke down. Play from ladder now. Money's looking pretty decent for Eyeballers, and that's why they might be quite happy to hunt. See, there's only 2 rounds remaining after this, so they should be able to invest regardless of outcome. Obviously, that is conditioned on these 3 players staying alive. You don't want to see all of them fall, but 8-2. Impressive from Eyeballers. Really, really impressive. A T side in which not many would expect. Especially as it has been their T sides in which they've really struggled. It's been the T sides in which Amkal have flourished. Just to give note on Dust 2, 12 rounds in a row for Amkal on that T side. Oh, crazy. Tactical pause now from Eyeballers. I think they've put a lot of weight in this next one. They realize it's going to be the full buy from Amkal.
There is a world where the T's actually have an AWP involved before the CTs do. When you get 1 or 2 1-deeks, 1 or 2 headshots, and this is suddenly a round that's completely worth it, then you can still make something out of it. Duboni, you gotta be careful.
Ooh, that nade hurts. Still though, this is going to be just a straightforward effort. Well, not really. From the fact that Odic had been able to find some trades. That's Marius has the potential to create a flank as well, just to complicate the affair a little bit. Might not be needed though. Misfit gets the read, or does he? He can hear the commotion. He knows the players are approaching. His Deagle just need to get these clean headshots, and they've just found one. But Katsmaris, with a single spray down, is able to secure it.
You know what? This is as successful of a round as it gets, right? The only issue, I guess, if you can even call it that, is the fact that they don't get a bomb plant. But you get 3 kills out of this. You didn't even have 1 player on armor. You're going to be striking this one as a pretty good deal. And now we get to see Woody with the big green, and that's what we were talking about. You've got better finances on the T side. Misfit with an M4 on the other side of things, and he hasn't necessarily been having the best game of his life. VSM still on top of the board with quite a margin. Someone else who needs to try and support.
Some early tunnel control here. Some case locks. Smoke in mid as well to provide some cover to take up this Xbox.
Itis balance. Believe he does have a defuse kit for this clutch, but not going to be easy. Slowly maneuvering through apartments. Timing looks good. JW's just looked back, but now realizing he backs away. JW can send the Molotov if he chooses to. I love the setup from JW and Maxter. Itis balance does have that kit, but there's nothing he can do. Jumps out the window. Molly on the bomb, but JW finds. Triple in this round for JW. Eyeballers with 10. Amkal, what has happened? Really has not been that performance that you'd hope for. Couple replays here for Anubis, okay. For any of those who missed Anubis, here's what happened. Guessing that means we might be in attack pause, maybe an attack pause, not too sure. No, we're back, Mirage, okay. Anubis, what am I talking about? The replays have just thrown me off massively. Obviously, though, Amkal, only 2 rounds they get are in isolation. They won that second round force, and they were only able to win 1 gun round on the CT side, no less. CT sided map as well for those untrained Counter-Strike fans. Pistol round, fast play through B. Nice find from Maxter, but just the 1 attained. Bomb is still here towards Abs, but we'll be jumping out now. Heap on the retake. Rolf with a flashbang. Gonna be sending it out now. Travis not blinded. Travis aggressing, getting caught off. Stinix will get 1. Great from Stinix to double down. JW needing to go huge here. Stinix gets the reload off into 1 versus 1. Both players have got 3 Ks in this pistol. 1 bullet needed, but Stinix is the one finding Amkal. They get the saving grace. 10-3 down. Are we really shooting bodies? Okay. And 3 still, though. Eyeballers just need to play this correctly. No messing about. Just need to make sure they find this. Should be an easy route for victory. We need to overcomplicate anything here. They play through B. Okay. Actually going for a knife kill? I don't know. Let's see. It's a Zeus kill. Oh, and there it is. The Zeus chimes in. The USP fully blinded. Flashbangs are good. Zeus gets a kill. Just for the meme, though. Hello, JW. Saving this weapon's actually going to be quite important for JW, because the utility is not going to be perfect for eyeballers if they opt for weaponry. So, honestly, JW could look to save. Maybe glass cannon in the next. I'm not too sure. Oh, hello. Kalash gets the knife kill. Obviously, that was Dex's plan. Just with the USPs, had all these steps. JW will be able to save the Galil. And now the question is, look, JW, are you going to get the AWP out? Are you going to play the Galil? What are we going to do here? Well, opting in armor, so not messing about. Eyeballers will lose another, but still. Pistol round conversion scene from Amkal. Ever since the weaponry was in play, that's where Eyeballers looked pristine. And I think we will go back to that as they are now on their favoured side. JW's got a decent amount of cash in the reserve, so he can get the AWP out if and when he chooses. Speaking of the AWP, Idis balance wielding, dropped over by assumed Kalash. He's 18-9 Kalash. He's having an excellent game, but no one else is really stepping up. Baxter, he's in a good position. All to spot towards short. Baxter, he can peek at any moment and can find so much success. Flashed in now. Maxter blinded. Tucked away towards ladder. Heap, great find. Idis balance could go down. This is where 11 can be found. They spot Travis towards middle as well. Found by Heap. Oh, the kill feed has all gone the way of Eyeballers. Kalash, he's the only one with a Mac 10. He's in a 1 versus 5, taken down to 10 HP. What do you do? Great from Roll. 5 survivors from Eyeballers. And this is what happens when Eyeballers have the weaponry in play. Victory is seen. 11 now. Amkal trailing massively. Eyeballers. Look at that first map. You look at that Dust 2. A 13-0 loss. And the expectation is that Amkal are going to win the series, right? But Eyeballers, they've got a fair bit of experience. And although you might be saying, okay, well, Max is still quite young. Yes, JW's got that experience, but who else? Max are obviously playing at the top level against teams like NIP. Rolf has got plenty of experience, maybe not at the highest of levels, but he's got plenty of games under his belt. Obviously, his time on Godsent, played for teams like Johnny Speeds, was in Young Ninjas, obviously. So, yeah, I feel like there is still a lot of experience here, especially for a player like Heap as well. Was on Fnatic for quite some time. Dignitas as well. But it's a 5-on-3. This is the full buy from Amkal. They lose, this is probably done. Honestly, it's kind of done already. It's 11-4. 2 versus 5. Travis, nice find with the AK. Brings the deficit down to 2. Molly to force Maxter in the open. We'll just drop a smoke on the Molly. Okay, I don't mind that decision. JW on the AWP. Idis balance. Oh, JW close to a Kalat there. Hello. Elevated, jumping, caught off by Idis balance. Dex is in a great position. Travis can find. This was a 2 versus 5. Okay, Eyeballers. You've gone from hero to 0 as you look to take these fights when you don't need to. No defuse kit on either one of these two. Oh, Maxter has just retrieved one now. Idis balance down to 7 points of health. Travis now with so much work to do. Obviously, he's already got a double in this round, but he needs 2 more effectively as his teammate is so low. Travis can get 1 though. Excellent from Travis. He can back away as well. Maxter. This was a 2 versus 5. Amkal have been given a gift. Just no need to fight. No need to peek. Travis's triple, though, giving the round to Amkal. Bit of overfighting from Eyeballers. Look, they've still got a 6-round lead. They're still on the favoured side. They're still going to have an investment in the next. Honestly, I don't think Eyeballers really care. They're just so far in the lead that they can just go for kind of unnecessary over-peaking. JW's on the AWP once again. Money's still so good for Eyeballers. They can get a perfect investment here. Eyeballers, just 2 more rounds and they take the series again from what feels like the 100th time of me mentioning after losing map 1 13-0. It being one of the lowest HLTV performances out of JW, Maxter, Rolf, and Dex. And somehow, they're the ones so close to finding victory in the series. Talk about mental resilience. Talk about the grit that this roster has. Now, Amkal disadvantaged as JW's AWP rings true. Idis balance. Had a bit of a tough game here. Obviously, Anubis and Dust 2. Absolutely excellent, but just run out of gas in the tank. Kalash still trying to do his best. Svade